Even though the San Francisco 49ers won't be playing in the Super Bowl, we'll have some players in the Pro Bowl. I know it's not the same, but hey, good for them. Let's talk about the players who got in. There are also alternates, and let's talk some snubbery that I think has happened. So, for the Pro Bowl starters, you have Fred Warner. I think that is valid. Of course, Fred Warner revealed that he's been playing for the entire year since the Patriots game with a fracture in his ankle. So that's commendable. Great that he was able to play through that, gut it out, and Fred Warner is still considered to be the best linebacker in the league. So that makes sense. You've got Nick Bosa. I think it feels like a bit of a down year because he was injured and he missed a handful of games and he was dealing with oblique injuries and hip injuries on both sides. And so, but he was still dominant, especially in this last game against the Lions. So it's still there. I just think fans are wanting to see it more consistently, but he's still considered to be one of the best defensive ends in the entire league. And on top of that, you also have Kyle Juszczyk, who is still considered to be, probably the best fullback in the league. I know the fullback position is kind of, being phased out, but I think it could be making a resurgence. So we'll see, especially with, Jim Harbaugh coming back and loving to run heavy sets. And, I still think Kyle Shanahan's style of offense requires a fullback. So I think the fullback will stick around. And then, of course, you've got George Kittle, who's clearly the best tight end in the league this year. Now, Brock Bowers deserves a hat tip as well from a production standpoint. Bowers is all the Raiders have, so he got force-fed the ball, and we know Kittle doesn't get force-fed the ball. He just does the most with whatever opportunities he gets. So I think it makes sense for him to definitely be representing the NFC as a Pro Bowl starter. So again, the 49ers only have 4 Pro Bowl starters. Let's talk about some of the alternates. You have Leonard Floyd, who, produced pretty well off the edge. I think, he's been a great role player, and I think has been a great addition on the other side of Nick Bosa, but I think maybe with another year in the system, he can take it to another level. You have Diamador Lenore, who probably might be the biggest snub on this list, named as an alternate. We'll talk about why he is most likely the biggest snub. You have Trent Williams. Trent has obviously missed pretty much the second half of the season due to injury and other things. So I think he's been a Pro Bowler like 11 years in a row. I think it was something like that, 10 or 11. So I know that was something that he was also looking to strive for. I think he wanted to break the record for Pro Bowls in a career. So, he's in it, but just as an alternate, not as a starter. So it probably doesn't reach that level that he was looking to obtain. And then Brock Purdy, named as an alternate for the Pro Bowl. Last year, he was a Pro Bowl starter. This year, obviously, the whole 49ers team is taking a step back. It's not just one specific player. I would say out of everyone on the team, probably George Kittle and Diamador Lenore have been the top 2 players that have maintained their level of play. Everyone else has kind of been dealing with things or kind of been inconsistent at times or injured or just going through some other things. So, but let's talk about why Diamador Lenore got snubbed. David Lombardi put out a tweet and Diamador Lenore retweeted it. He also said, don't ever let them tell you draft status doesn't matter. So he definitely feels like he got snubbed. He even posted to his Instagram story. He said, this is wild, right after it got announced. And Lombardi put out kind of like a side-by-side comparison from a stats perspective. Jalen Johnson, who got in, was a second-round draft pick, gave up 2 touchdowns this year, 82.6 passer rating given up. Byron Murphy, who got in second round draft pick, 4 touchdowns given up, 78 passer rating. JC Horn, first round, 5 touchdowns given up, 91.4 passer rating. Devin Witherspoon, first round, 1 touchdown, 93.4 passer rating. Deommodore Lenoir, fifth round, 0 touchdowns given up, and a 72.6 passer rating. So I think we all understand the Pro Bowl is a popularity contest, and they're typically 1 year behind. I know Deommodore Lenoir has made his presence, felt big time with the 49ers and the fan base, but I think probably nationally he still isn't as well known. So the Pro Bowl, like, to me, it feels like he has a better chance of making an all pro list opposed to the Pro Bowl, which is funny because the all pro list is the one that really matters. Um, it's the one that's more based off merit, not less about name value. I mean, that still persists, but it's a little bit more based on how you perform. And where, like, again, Pro Bowl is just like, hottest names, and things like that. You get the fan vote. You also get players and coaches voting on it. I believe executives as well, but they're kind of balanced out. So I don't know. Diamador has played exceptionally well this year, especially after getting paid. He still was able to maintain his level of play, and I think he deserved to be a Pro Bowl starter. So unfortunate for him, got the snub. I know fans typically don't love when the 49ers are playing in this bowl opposed to the Super Bowl. I remember, like, always seeing the comments from fans, like, whenever, like, Pro Bowl time comes around, they're like, "Oh, that's not the bowl we're playing in. We don't care about that." But the players do care about that. They have incentives built into their contracts. It also, again, it helps, with their legacy. These players are always introduced, after they retire as, 7-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All Pro. So it means something to them. I know for some fans, they don't care all that much, but for these players, it does mean a lot. So that's why I think, like, Deommodore Lenoir is upset by it, because he feels he has done enough to earn that right to be called a Pro Bowler, but unfortunately, he can't say he's a Pro Bowl starter. He's an alternate, which again isn't terrible, but it doesn't have the same kind of shimmer and shine as being a Pro Bowl starter. So let me know what you guys think. Was there any other players who potentially got snubbed? I'm trying to go through the list in my head, and not really. I mean, some people had mentioned Pooney, and Pooney played really well. But again, there's only so many spots that you can give, and he would definitely be a Pro Bowler if they had, like, a Pro Bowl rookie team. They should have a Pro Bowl rookie team, to be honest. That would be actually kind of cool. Um, but hey, I'm trying to think who else. I think that covers it. Malik Mustafa would be on the Pro Bowl rookie team. Renardo Green might also be on the Pro Bowl rookie team. So 49ers have done good. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe.